陀佛，世界各地的人。
All Dharma from all over the world, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Tashidali, I'm the MC for today. I'm the DMA. I'm from Malaysia, Sabah. Temple. Now it's Malaysian time, April 21st, 2023, 7:53 p.m. Theater time is 4 a.m., 4:53 in the morning, and for Brazil, it's morning 8:53 a.m., and for Indonesia, it is 7:53 p.m. So all classes will be in 3 languages, English, Chinese, or Bahasa Indonesia. Today's class is Lesson 5, Chapter 2, the Fourfold Refuge Practice. We will start class at 8 p.m. sharp. Welcome, all masters, senior rabbins, Dharma Instructor, Dharma assistants, and all public mirrors from all over the world. Hello, everyone. Auspicious greetings to everyone that's in the Zoom classroom.
美丽讲师好，我们的翻译员，还有我们的 PPT 播放员秋韵助教、一翔助教、少明师姐、做人讲师、慧仙师姐新加坡的叶华助教我看到我们的最可爱、最亲爱的联合上师吉祥，还有小香助教好。好的，还有这个法师好，还有我们的辅导员伟华讲师吉祥，还很多还有我看到了我们的会长高层主上师，上师吉祥，上师晚安，还有很多的同门大家好，也看到了我们的授课师莲意上师，莲意上师好。还有我们的辅导员仙福助教吉祥。
Master Lianyi is really online as well.
先跟大家说一下，请大家把你们的视频打开，并写上你的法号。
Please turn on your video and indicate your Dharma name on the screen.
上师也可以看到你们的样子，把你们印在心里面，然后
so that we can get to know each other better, one another better.
想跟大家说一下，大家上个星期都有看师尊的法会的，都知道师尊在开示提到说身体不舒服，已经。
So I think everyone has heard from the last Dharma teaching that Grandmaster mentioned he has not been well for a while. So we will be running an event with Merit's dedication towards the health of Grandmaster. So this will start from April 20th and will be online. The Mahabala mantra, including its practice. We hope that everyone will go online to recite the mantra, and with Mary's dedication to Grandmaster to be healthy. So this is the timetable. On Monday and Tuesday, we'll be practicing the Mahabala practice. And on Thursday, Master Lianhe will be leading the practice of the Mahabala as well. So the practice in the morning at 7:30 by Taiwan, there's no change, but we will add 108 times the Mahabala mantra to this practice. Please remember to register your mantra account online. I have put the link in the chat box for you to register. So I have a good news for you. Our advancement homework has taken place for 3 months, and the second name list has been sent to Grandmaster for signing and blessing. Can we invite Master Lianhe to say a few words, please? Amitabha, everyone. Thank you, dear Mia. And all masters, senior reverends, Dharma instructor, Dharma assistant, and all fellow disciples. Do you see the list signed by Great Masters? This is an encouragement from Great Master on our diligence. We hope that that we continue in this marathon. Don't drop off from the race. I'm sure everyone will make improvement, and everyone will get better and better. If you incorporate the beats in your cultivation, it will even be better. Thank you, Master Lianhe, for your encouragement. Let's type 666 in the chat box to thank Master Lianhe for his words of encouragement. And we are almost 8 p.m. at today's class. Our lecturer is still Master Lianyi, and after class today, we will have a Q&A session. First, we will answer those questions that have been posed by students last week, and because of time constraint, we were not able to answer those questions last week. And then after that, we will answer questions pertaining to this lessons. So if any questions, please just pen it down, and during that session and during the Q&A session, just put them in the chat box in case I miss it out. It is now 8 p.m. sharp. Our class will start now. First, let's put our palm together and pay homage to root lineage guru living Buddha Lianshen, past lineage gurus of true Buddha school, the three jewels of the shrine, or Buddha's Bodhisattvas. And we may pray to Grandmaster to bless this class. May it be auspicious. Please form the Padmakumara Mudra and recite the Padmakumara mantra. Short mantra 7 times. Om Guru Lianshen Siddhi Hum. 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 Amitabha, everyone. Welcome, Master Chen, Honorable Master Chen Chu, our lecturer Master Lianyi, and Honorable Master Lianhe, our Director of the PR Master Lianhe, Master Lianfei, and all masters, senior reverends, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, and fellow disciples from all over the world on Zoom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Tashidale. Welcome to everyone for joining this Zoom class. And during the last class, Master Lin explained about the Great Mandala offering of the True Buddha School. And during that class, we learned how to do mandala offering, the significance of the offerings, the colors of offerings, the different types of offerings, the different types of offering, and what are the beads, so on and so forth. So the Great Mandala offering is a way to serve, to offer, and to purify, and to achieve blessing, so that we can attain achievement. Today, we will be covering lesson 5, which is the Fourfold Refuge practice. So let's, without further ado, let's put our hands together and invite Master Lianyi, a knowledgeable lecturer, to deliver this class. Welcome, Master Lianyi. First, let's pay homage to root lineage guru living Buddha Lianshen, the past lineage gurus of the true Buddha school of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas of the shrine. Honorable Master Chen Chu, Honorable Chairman Master Chen Chu, Director of Education Master Lin He, Master Director of PR Master Lin Zhai, Master Lin Fei, all masters, senior reverends, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistant, and all fellow disciples, and a master of ceremony, Amitabha, everyone. Today we will continue with talking about True Buddha Tantra. So today we will be covering lesson 5 for Refuge, for Refuge practice. So let's do a recap first before we start. So offering to those above oneself has the meaning of closeness, serving, and respect. So who is the object of giving dana, which has the meaning of sympathy, compassion, and cherishing? Does anyone know the answer? And someone said offering to those below oneself, and that's correct. Second question. Regarding the colors of offering items, For pacification, we will use white. For enrichment, we use yellow. And for magnetization, we will use red. And for subjugation, what color should be used? And the answer is? Oh, everyone is fast. And the answer is black, and that's correct. Or blue is correct too. So question 3. There are 3 types of giving. Giving a wealth, using one's wealth to help the sick and needy. And giving a fearlessness to relieve the fear of others without regard for one's safety. So what is giving of Dharma? Does anyone know the answer? So Dharma brother Lao Chung is really fast with his answers. The answer is using righteous Dharma to persuade people to cultivate good and avoid evil. So we are done. We are recapped. So let's so that's the preface before we start class. So the Fourfold Refuge practice is one of the practices in the 4 preliminaries, and it's also known as the power of reliance in spiritual cultivation. The power of reliance is the power generated by relying on one's root guru. So the root guru is very important because all Dharma teachings are transmitted to each of us from the root guru, and all of us would practice according to these teachings thereafter. So the meaning of taking refuge is to follow, to rely, and to liberate. So the important point is the power of reliance. So let me share a story with everyone. Do everyone know Naropa? So when Naropa went through hardships, this is famously known as the 12 hardships Naropa was seeking Tilopa. And finally, Naropa found Tilopa in a fishing village. And Naropa respectfully knelt in front of Tilopa, begging Tilopa to take him as his disciple. But Tilopa took a look and said to him, "You seem to be a royalty. I don't think it is appropriate for you to be the disciple of a fisherman." So Tilopa wanted to leave, and Naropa held on to him and begged Tilopa to take him as a disciple. Tilopa did not answer and left. And no matter how hard Naropa tried, he was not able to catch up with Tilopa. And finally, Naropa saw Tilopa sitting on a rock. He went up again and requested to be accepted as a disciple of Tilopa. He knelt in front of him again and begged him again to accept him as a disciple and beg him to be his guru. And Tilopa replied, "If you are really desperate to learn the Dharma, I want you to jump down from this cliff." And Naropa jumped down without hesitation upon hearing what Tilopa had said. And all his bones were broken. Tilopa walked down, touched Naropa gently, and healed all his bones. And after suffering immensely, Naropa once again requested Tilopa to transmit to him the profound teachings. Tilopa said, "You are not purified enough for me to tell you about the true nature of your heart." And Tilopa appeared annoyed, took off his slipper, and slapped Naropa so hard on the face that he lost consciousness. And when Naropa awoke, His enlightened mindset was no different from that of his guru. So at this point of time, Tilopa became very calm and explained to him why he had make him go through such hardships. He said, in reality, I make you go through all this. It's not because I'm a true person. It is because you do not have the power on your own to purify your karma. Only through these hardships are you able to clear the hindrances which are stopping you from gaining enlightenment. So this story talk about the power of reliance. So for many people, it's difficult just to rely on their own power to gain enlightenment. So I think the last point is the most important. Is you do not have the power to purify your karma. So this sentence is very important. So today, when we're relying on our grandmaster, it's the same logic, same reasoning. We want to have the merit from the Dharma. So that's the reason why we're relying on grandmaster and hope that grandmaster will be compassionate and help to purify our karma, so that we will attain accomplishment in due course. So to generate the power reliance, the fourfold refuge mantra has to be recited at least 100,000 times. So this is a very, very important part in the four preliminary practice. So the root of taking refuge lies in the word faith. Faith is the beginning of everything. And only with faith will one have joy, will one have faith. So taking refuge marks the beginning of having faith. And we all know that faith is the source of all merits and virtues, and this is very important. So taking refuge marks the beginning of having faith, comprehension, practice, and attainment. And when you have faith and take joy in the Buddha Dharma, you understand the teaching, put the teachings into practice, and you finally attain friction. As such, a root of taking refuge in faith. So I mentioned that faith is the source of all merits and virtues. And there's actually a few salient points when you're practicing Tantrayana. And there was one time when Grandmaster met with the 10 Panchen Lama of Tibetan Buddhism. Oh, sorry. Xia Lu Living Buddha. So Grandmaster saw Xia Lu Living Buddha, and he said that Living Buddha Lianyi has proof of three inner samadhis. His body emits very strong energy and likeness a true living Buddha, and also an elder from the Kagupa, Kalu Rinpoche, and held on to GM's photo and respected him like a Buddha. And he praised that GM is the highest achiever and a true practitioner of Tantric Dharma. So Grandmaster is not only a virtue teacher, he's also a living Buddha. So for this reason, many Rinpoches from Tibet and reverends from Sutarana took refuge in GM. So what does it represent? This shows that the position of Rinpoches are very highly acclaimed in Tibet. So when it comes to take refuge in Grandmaster, it also shows the weightage that Grandmaster has. So the second, you have to believe in the true Buddha Tantra. So many fellow disciples have special responses after practicing the true Buddha Tantra, so apart from transforming themselves. So there were a lot of remarkable things that happened. So I remember this particular story of this Reverend Lianyi, not the other Renjui. This is another Lianyi faster. She has a son who was a soldier in the US. In the US, this is a very dangerous profession. So, of course, Reverend was very worried. So there was once when her son was sent to Afghanistan for a mission. Apart from telling him that you have to recite Grandmaster's, the Padmakumara's mantra, he also let him bring along a picture of Grandmaster. So Master Lin Chui, no, Reverend Lin Chui, when he do his cultivation practice, he will recite the Padmakumara mantra and also visualize white light protecting the entire body, the sun, the entire body of his son. So when he was sent to Afghanistan for a mission, they were met a group of terrorists who started shooting at them. So they, while escaping, Reverend Lin Chui's son fell. So he quickly got up and continued to run. He continued running. It was really a dangerous situation. He could hear the gunshots going past him on both sides. But, and strangely enough, he was not shot at all. So he came back and relayed to his mother what has happened. So he told Reverend Lin Chui that Grandmaster has indeed saved his life. So every time when Reverend was doing her daily cultivation, she will always visualize white light protecting the sun's entire body. So this is very amazing and remarkable. So third, believe in yourself. A lot of fellow disciples have this thinking. They feel that their karma is heavy, and therefore it's very difficult for them to attain accomplishment. In fact, when cultivating Tantra, have confidence in yourself. Do not doubt your ability. As long as you have determination, you have perseverance, you will reach your destination one day. So I personally like these three famous quotes by Napoleon. There is no such word as difficult in my dictionary. Second, the biggest wisdom is determination. And thirdly, success belongs to people who are determined and persevered. I feel that his three quotes are very important to cultivators. So Napoleon was a French general. So when France intended to invade Italy, so separating the two countries is the snow-capped famous Alps. So to cross this Alp is very difficult. And Napoleon asked his soldiers, do you think we can cross the snow-capped Alps? Everyone said, no, it's impossible. And Napoleon said, never let me hear those words again. And he marched towards Italy with his army. And they took 4 days to cross the Alps. So there's no walking path for this Alps. So they finally reached flat ground in Italy. And Napoleon said, if you're determined to be victorious, you will never say it is impossible. So these are the three famous quotes of Napoleon. So what is the crux of the Fourfold Refuge? The guru is the crux of the Fourfold Refuge practice. In Tatrayana, the Vajra master is the utmost position because it's the embodiment of the three jewels. And because with the transmissions of teachings by the Virgin Master, sentient beings are able to fully understand the three jewels, and hence, because sentient beings took refuge in the Virgin Master and of the reliance towards the Virgin Master, sentient beings are able to liberate it by the Guru and the three jewels. So there's this story about a Zen master who once asked his disciple, what is the most important thing in a tree? It's the roots of the tree. So the roots are the most important in a tree. The Zen master asked again, why are the roots the most important? Can anyone tell me why? What does the roots represent? The roots actually represent our root guru. So the root guru are like the roots, they absorb all the nutrients and transfer these nutrients to us. And the fellow disciples, the disciples are the leaves and branches of the trees. So if you want to get vitamins or nutrients, it has to come from the roots, just like root guru transmitting this. It's just like it's just like the roots of the tree. We transmit the nutrients and vitamin nutrients to us. So our parents gave us life. Our root guru is the father who grants us this life of Dharma is everlasting. Especially all our merits come from our root guru. I remember the Venerable Atisa always say these words. He said, cultivators, we must remember to repay kindness. What do you mean by knowing gratitude? So, so we have this wisdom, we have this opportunity to learn the Dharma. It comes from the root master. And so what do you mean by repaying kindness? It means we must also cherish this affinity with the Dharma, with the true Buddha Tantra, and we should cultivate properly. And we should use the merits from the cultivation to to repay our root guru. So as human beings, our heart is the most important, especially if we are practicing the Dharma. It is very important. Our heart is very important. So when we are learning a Dharma, if our if our heart have deviated, we might commit transgressions. So Guru Rinpoche has ever said this. So if the person is righteous, the Dharma is evil, the Dharma will still be righteous. However, if the person is evil, the Dharma is righteous, the Dharma will be evil. So basically what this means is the Dharma depends on one's heart. So if you are someone with a righteous mind, even the Dharma is not very accurate, your Dharma will be able to benefit sentient beings because you are righteous. You have a righteous mind. So using if we can use the true Buddha Tantra to help sentient beings, this will generate all types of merits. On the contrary, if we use the true Buddha Tantra for fame and money, you will be creating unwholesome karma because you're not able to help anyone at all. I know there was a fellow disciple who, after learning how to do Homa practices, he will practice Homa on behalf of fellow disciples. Also, you want to do pacification, I will do my 7 sessions of Homa practices on your behalf, but he's doing it for a fee. We always say that when you want help people, you need to know your capability, you need to know your merits. It's very important. So for him to collect a fee, after a while, he met with an accident and lost a leg. So when we are doing this, we should have the mindset of bodhicitta to help someone and not do it for fame or money, just like the disciple I've mentioned. So this is important. So to cultivate the Fourfold Refuge is to amend one's faith towards one's guru and three jewels. And second, to have everlasting affinity with the guru, the three jewels, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Cultivating this practice will also eliminate all past accumulated karmic hindrances, and also to bestow blessings from the guru and three jewels, and it's the initial step towards one's bodhicitta aspiration. Why take refuge? So taking refuge is akin to enrollment in a school. You will have a guru to teach you the Buddha Dharma because you've taken refuge. If you don't have a guru who transmits teachings to you, you'll not be able to cultivate. So in Zen Buddhism, Tantric and the school of Vinaya all place great importance on the guru. In Zen Buddhism, the guru will verify one's attainment. In the school of Vinaya, the guru will be the one transmitting the precepts, and in Tantrayana, the guru will transmit the Buddhist teachings. This is why we have to take refuge. And in Sutrayana, they always talk about rely on the Dharma and not the person. But in Tantrayana, it's a little bit different. We have to rely on both the Dharma and the person. Why is that so? Because we have to practice both inner Tantra and outer Tantra, inner Tantra and outer Tantra. And for inner Tantra, there are many techniques and many peaks. And when your cultivation has reached a certain level, you will need the guidance from your guru in order for you to understand. So in the process of cultivation, you will have to seek the guidance of your of guru at a certain point of time, at a certain level. So so this is the key to relying on the Dharma and the person. We will now enter into Q&A session 1. Let's invite dear Lianyi to conduct this session. I'm sharing the mentee link and the chat box to everyone. Please click on the link in the chat box. Can you see also the PowerPoint on the screen? I'll give everyone 1 minute to enter into mentee. So remember to key in your names to take part in this game. So there'll be 2 sections to this Q&A.
然后上次会再继续给课，我们再进入第2，我们就可以看今天的最高得分者会是谁。那我们还有大约30秒，大家都陆陆续续进入了吗？我们看一下，还有15秒，大家赶快进入哦。
So question 1, the main refuge in Vajrayana Tantrayana is taking refuge in the root guru, B, take refuge in the Buddha, take refuge in the Dharma, and take refuge what is the main refuge in Tantrayana? A, taking refuge in the Guru, root Guru. B, taking refuge in the Buddha. C, taking refuge in the Dharma. And D, taking refuge in the Sangha.
Oh, 全中了，答案是 A。问题2，释迦行产生的意志力是从哪一项开始 ？A. 行 B. 性 C. 解 D. 正。
From which of the following does the reliance generated by the 4 preliminary start? A, put in practice. B, faith. C, comprehension. D, enlightenment.
对啊，也是答案是 B。
So the answer is B, faith. Reliance generated by the 4 preliminary start by having faith. So from the Chinese channel, we have so and the English channel, the hustler. I don't know who that person is. And energy channel, we have Lotus Jinxiong. Congratulations, everyone. So this we finish part 1 of the Q&A game. So let's return the stage to Master Lianyi. So let's continue the visualization for the Fourfold Refuge. Let's visualize the root lineage guru, the 3 jewels, Buddhist scriptures, and all deities appearing in the void, rotating and merging as one, and transforming into a bright, radiant light of 5 colors, which is the green, red, white, yellow, and blue. And the light descends through the crown chakra of the cultivator, filling the entire body with this radiance. So how to visualize removing your karma? So all karma hindrances, including all unwholesome, evil, and impure karma, will transform into black fog and expelled from the pores of the body. So for karma relating to sickness, you have to visualize yellow color water flowing out, and to visualize for spells caused by black magic, you will have to visualize centipedes, scorpions, and little worms crawling out. And the entire body of the cultivator relaxes and becomes bright and transparent, and the body and mind is light and peaceful and filled with blessing and wisdom. This visualization is is of primary importance. So once you're bestowed with this radiant light, your body is filled with nectar and radiates white light. And visualize as black fog within the pores of your body, and because you have taken refuge, all your karmic hindrances is being expelled through the pores. So what is the sequence of this visualization? When performing the Fourfold Refuge, you first have to visualize before reciting the mantra. And this visualization has to be very clear. You have to visualize the Guru, the 3 jewels, and all Buddha, and all Buddha Dharma combining together and transforming into a big white radiant light of 5 color light, bestowing the empowerment on the cultivator. Then you recite the Fourfold Refuge mantra. So during group cultivation by Master Lianyi, he will explain in detail these practices. I'm sure everyone has some ideas and some concept. So let's talk about the mantra for the Fourfold Refuge, which is Namo Guru Pe, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Tamo Ye, Namo Sanghaye. So in Sanskrit, the word Namo means taking refuge. As such, the translation of the Fourfold Refuge mantra is as follows. Namo Guru Pe means I take refuge in the Vision Master. Namo Buddhaya means I take refuge in the Buddha. Namo Dhammoye means I take refuge in the Dharma. And Namo Sanghaye to take refuge in all sages and Sangha in all 10 directions. And we have to recite this 3 times during every cultivation practices. Next, repeat a Fourfold Refuge. During his Dharma talk, Living Buddha Lianyi shared the unexcelled pit to taking refuge as follows. He said that the formation of a body is due to the rising of virtuous causes and conditions, and there is inherent Buddha nature within. So this Buddha nature neither arises nor ceases, is neither permanent nor impermanent, neither comes nor goes, neither same nor different. So,
原来是佛，缘以烦恼，业缘均无交涉。凡夫因妄想执着。
So originally all beings were Buddhas and had no association with fictions and karma. However, ordinary beings clouded with delusions and attachment will not know this. Now, Grandmaster has specifically pointed out this is the authentic great wisdom, and that is you are the Buddha. You are a Buddha. And all Buddha Dharma is nothing more than skillful and convenient means. And the most important refuge is to take refuge in one's own inherent self or one's own Buddha nature. This is the pit for refuge taking. And once you've eliminated your ignorance, you return to your origin, authentic mind that's perfect, pure, and radiating Dhammakaya body. So Grandmaster always said that we are Buddha. This is to make you understand one reason that you are Buddha. There was once a devotee who asked the Zen master, "What is a Buddha?" The master replied, "I don't think you will believe me even if I tell you." The devotee say, "How can I not believe you? You're the master." Zen master say, "Okay, since you're willing to believe, let me tell you, you are Buddha." The devotee was shocked and said, "I'm a Buddha? Why is it that I do not know?" Zen master said, "This is because you're not willing to take this up." So many people, when they hear people say you're Buddha, they always find difficult to accept. And because of delusions and attachments, we are not able to see this. So when we cultivate our true Buddha Tantra, it's to eliminate our delusions, our attachments, to let our heart be purified, so that we know that after practicing the true Buddha Tantra, our wisdom have increased, and your perspective towards things in life, in the world, you no longer care too much about it. So Grandmaster say that we are all Buddhas. So repeat above is exactly like a miracle pill, transforming the iron into gold. So reciting a mantra, transforming from an ordinary being to a saint, and reciting the Fourfold mantra frequently and visualizing the emergence of the 3 lights blessings by the Guru and empowerment of 5 color great radiant light will allow you to enter in a state of meditation without self. And once you know the pit of taking refuge, your faith towards the path is augmented, and your body, mind, and speech will always be pure. So this is the firmly grounded Vajrayana Tathagata. So if you ask which is the best Dharma, So a Dharma which is appropriate to you, suitable for you, is the best. It's just you ask people what is the best medicine for you. So a medicine which can cure your illness is the best medicine. So for the true Buddha Tantra, as long as you can find an appropriate practices, say you start from the start first with the four preliminaries, and you achieve accomplishment that would have benefited you as well. And so Grandmaster transmitted skillful and convenient methods of treasure will. Unlocking the Buddha nature in you is a dharma to be liberated by the Guru and lost external refuge. To liberate oneself and enlighten, this is an internal refuge, and you are the Buddha, that the Tantra refuge. So I especially like this phrase: when you are lost, the Guru will liberate you. When you are enlightened, you will self-liberate. So this is a story about Master Hongren, who is the fifth patriarch of the Zen Buddhism. He knows that Huineng is enlightened and can see his own Buddha nature and transfer the mentality to him to become the sixth patriarch of Zen. So, however, the fifth patriarch understood clearly that because of Huineng's background, fellow disciples would be indignant if this happened suddenly. Therefore, he asked Huineng to leave the same night. So at the river port, Master Hongren took over the oars to send Huineng off. But Huineng said, "Master, sit down, please. Let me do it instead." Let me take over the oars instead. And Huineng said, the Guru, when in confusion, the Guru shall liberate, and when enlightened one will self-liberate. So Grandmaster has ever said, to liberate sentient beings is to ask them to wake up. What does this mean? This does mean that everyone has Buddha nature. It's just that we are lost at this point. We are just lost. And by cultivating the true Buddha Tantra, we can liberate. So when we talk about self-liberation, we are talking about correcting your behavior, removing your unwholesome propensities, like your biasness, your delusions, and attachment, etc. I like this story. I like these writings by Zhen Guofan. Zhen Guofan was a famous minister in the late Qing dynasty. And when he was young, he had many bad habits. He's lazy, has a greed for lust, he likes to lie, and he has a very bad temper. So after he turned 30, how did he transform himself? To correct his laziness, he insisted on studying daily, and for decades, he continued to do so. And to correct his greed for lust, he decided to keep a diary to record all his unwholesome mindset as a way to warn himself not to commit the same again, to remind himself always. So this is the second way to correct his shortcomings, and to correct his bad temper and his unwholesome speech. He used the words silence bestowed upon him by a teacher to do a 30 minutes daily meditation as a way to self-reflect. So to gain the name of being the most perfect person in ancient and modern times is really not easy. So in order to do so, to garner this name, he needs a lot of determination. Again, we are at part 2 of Q&A. D8, Lian, over to you, please. Thank you, Master.
好，大家准备好了吗？
Are you all ready?
好，上次可以了。
Question 3. Please select the correct 5-color light in the visualization of the fourfold refuge. A, white, orange, black, blue, yellow. B, green, red, white, yellow, blue. C, yellow, blue, green, purple, white. What is the correct answer?
Ah, 对了，答案是 B。
Correct answer is B, which is green, red, white, yellow, and blue.
无上的皈依口诀提到的佛性是哪一项错误 ？A.
Living Buddha Lianyi, in his exposition on the Peat to an Unexcelled Refuge Taking, mentioned about Buddha nature. Which of the following is erroneous? Which of the following is wrong regarding Buddha nature? A. Buddha nature neither arises nor ceases, is neither permanent nor impermanent. B. Buddha nature neither comes nor go, will rise and will cease. C. Buddha nature neither comes nor go, neither same nor different. So the answer is B. Let's look at the winners.
我们的中文版第一名是三义雷
So in Chinese channel, Sanyi Lei Jiangsi Temple is the winner.
名要加油哦，脸和
Oh, Master Lian He is in the number 2 place.
脸和上次在第2名。来看一下英文版
So for the English channel,
的 Hustler，
with the Hustler, who's the winner. Congratulations.
印尼版
And in the Indonesian channel,
Betty 拿到第
Betty is the winner.
恭喜你。
Congratulations, Betty.
好，我们的今天的问答环节已经结束了。
So
大家
we've
下一次的
completed
节课
our Q&A.
带力加油哦！就交给联谊上司了。
So
啊，
Master Lian, over to you again. Let's continue with class.
一指根本上是念的咒音的重要性。
So
在修行的道路上，是一指
in
朝
your
向
spiritual journey and
在朝日
cultivation, a cultivator must obey and cherish the teachings of the guru you rely on.
很珍惜一指师傅念的咒音。
You have to follow the mantra intonation of the guru and not change it at your own will. You have to rely on the transmitted teachings of the guru because it has lineage blessing power and the power of reliance.
密法的力量在于根本上师的
The power of Tantra lies in the blessings of the root guru.
也来自于此。所以
So
一个
every
冥想
visualization,
一个
every
手印
mantra,
要跟
every mudra has to be transmitted and empowered by the root guru.
收了灌顶，有受灌顶的
Only after receiving the empowerments will one have the blessing power of the guru. Only then you will achieve spiritual responses easily.
啊，密勒勒巴尊者
So in the past, the revered Milarepa learned Dharma from Lama Apa, but he did not achieve spiritual responses. It was only after Guru Marpa gave him an empowerment that he achieved spiritual responses after practicing. This is because the above Milarepa and Lama Apa learned the same Dharma teachings.
所以
Lama Apa is the disciple of Guru Marpa. So no matter how Milarepa tried, he will not attain any spiritual responses unless he was given and empowered by his own guru, which will generate the power reliance for spiritual response. So this concept is very, very important. So reciting the Fourfold Refuge mantra is to generate the power of reliance. So this power is a total spiritual union of the Guru and his disciple, a power reliance that is it's inseparable and generated from the Fourfold Refuge mantra. So it is not easy to find a good guru or a good disciple in this world. For both, this is something that is not easy. But as long as you have the mind to walk the path, to know the truth and consciousness of the universe, you have the willingness to achieve and pray sincerely, your guru will transmit the teachings and empowerments to you, and they will always be by your side. Therefore, as long as you're a true disciple, as long as you're ready, the guru will appear. Don't be afraid that there will be no authentic guru to teach the Dharma. Once all conditions for Dharma teachings are present, the guru will appear. But disciples with superior abilities are few in numbers, and so are gurus with real achievements. Therefore, in this world, we should really cherish this extraordinary Dharma affinity. So I remember this in Vancouver, there was a fellow disciple who took refuge in Tibetan Rinpoche. The Rinpoche was doing Dharma propagation in Vancouver, so she attended the Dharma ceremony and she did a refuge empowerment. However, after taking refuge, the Rinpoche returned home after she had taken the refuge empowerment. But because he does not understand Tibetan, it was difficult for her to learn the Dharma. Can you all hear the fireworks? Because today it's the New Year for the Muslims. So, this disciple was not able to learn any Dharma teachings. And later when she made a vow to recite the 6 syllables mantra 100,000 times. And she prayed to find a true guru. So she continued reciting this mantra. And coincidentally, during the New Year, Futuo chapter rented a stall to promote Grandmaster's book collection. And she happened to be at this flower festival, and she saw Grandmaster's books. And these books are in Chinese, and she was very happy. So she bought several of Grandmaster's book home and read. And we told her that our main temple is in Seattle, and because of this affinity, that she took refuge in Grandmaster. So I feel that when your affinity has come, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will show you the Dharma. So this is a brief summary. There is a direct and close relationship between the guru and the disciple. The Fourfold Refuge mantra already illustrated that if you recite this mantra, the blessing power will increase and strengthen, and everyone has shortcomings. Hence, all practitioners should learn from the strengths of the guru and learn the Buddha Dharma. In this way, the practitioners will obtain the power of reliance to achieve attainment. So we will say the Grandmaster is like fire, especially if you are beside Grandmaster, you are near Grandmaster. Occasionally, you will see some very interesting actions by Grandmaster, and you may have some unwholesome thoughts about Grandmaster. You shouldn't have this thinking. You should focus on you should learn from the strengths of the guru. So there's a story about a vulnerable lama who is a very so lama vulnerable Baba, you use his a variable sincere heart to pray for his guru to transmit to him some Dharma teachings. And what did the guru say? He said nothing at all. He lifted his legs and kicked him right in the heart and pushed him away. And vulnerable Lama started rolling on the floor. And one thought arose. He said, I use such a sincere revert heart to seek, to pay homage to my root guru. Why is he treating me this way? And because this thought arose, his guru could read that straight away. And because of this thought, his root guru did not transmit the Dharma teachings to him. So when if you have any unwholesome thoughts, it's not that you are wrong, because when someone has has made achievement, this is a propensity, that we have such unwholesome thoughts arising. But the most important thing that you must learn how to repent. So you can recite a more 100-word syllables mantra to eliminate such thoughts. So last week, fellow disciples asked several questions, and I will try to answer their questions. I try to answer their questions. So, Master Lianyi, if there's a need to add on to my answers, please do so. Thank you. So the first question was, so can the entire family use the same, just one set of offerings when doing the mandala offering? I feel that if they are doing the mandala offering or that is cultivating at the same time, and you only have one set of offering, I think it is okay. But please make sure the offering is sufficient. So the second question was, during group cultivation, can we visualize the offerings at our home, but which we have not made, for which we have not offered it to the, but which we have not made the mandala offering? Do you think you can visualize the offering at home while doing mandala offering at the temple? I feel that you should still bring some offering to the temple during group cultivation. Just for example, you are visiting someone, you should also bring some gifts along. This is more this is appropriate. So you should bring some offerings to the cultivation venue for group group cultivation. Alternatively, you can make a small donation. So so how do you know what is the feeling? What is the feeling that you will have? What is the response that you will have? Uh,
但是呢，我觉得在佛法上来讲呢，还有一些是无形的供养，是我们的一种内在的。
So when we do mandala offering, there will be offering with forms, actual food or things like this. But there's also the formless offering.
法供养罪，就是所有一切的供养，其实法供养是最大的。
So it has been said that
外在的供养呢，还有一些内在的一些供养。内在的供养还有包括。
So what are the formless or the inner mandala offering? It including the treasure vase practice. This is a kind of offering as well. So Grandmaster say that
供养法相应的觉受，我觉得就是属于一种内在的修行的一种成就。
So when you do inner offering, so can I ask Master Lianyi to add on for this question? I'm sorry, I'm not very clear about this.
我讲完先。第四，我梦到我在打扫一间房子。
So someone said I've dreamt that I was cleaning up a house and I saw a white coach. So I actually was looking for one to put at my shrine. So what is the significance of that?
是一个吉祥梦啊，很好的梦。因为螺在我们佛法里面呢，是代表一个如意吉祥啊，它的意思是如意吉祥，这个海螺嘛，如果法螺呢，在这个八吉祥里面呢，它也是属于吉祥圆满的意思。那还有另外一个代表。
So he's in a dream. He dreamt of a corn, and then he was actually looking for a corn to put on his shrine. So he was asking, what is the significance of this dream? It's actually an auspicious dream.
生源阳师范，他的意思，我找到一些资料，广传天下，普度众生，这个就是法螺的另外一个意思。还有八宫之中呢，螺也代表一种乐
，also represent music. It also signifies completion and perfection. So you're using the music to. So the main significance of the conch is to signify auspiciousness. So people after reciting the mandala offering mantra will add Om Ma Hum after this mantra. So is this okay? So Grandmaster has mentioned it that it's okay to recite Om Ma Hum after the mandala offering mantra. So this is taught by Grandmaster in one of his Dharma teachings. So this is the right Dharma. So how do I help my pets to make an offering to the master and Buddhas and the three jewels, and my animal has already taken refuge. Self-sovereignty. So you can't use the name of your pet to make an offering to register him for Dharma ceremonies so that he can increase his affinity with the Dharma and also to eliminate his karma. It's karma. So you can also recite the Fourfold Refuge mantra together with your pets, and also to repent, to do repentance practice. It's the same like when we do live liberation. So to lead your pets to recite, to do the Fourfold Refuge. So this is slightly different from our practice, normal practice. So we have to recite the Namo Guru Bay to take refuge and the root living with the Lianyi and not to descend to the hell, not to descend into the three lower realms. And also the last one would be to have affinity with all and to take refuge in all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So because the pets, animals don't have the wisdom to do so, after reciting this, so we will also recite the repentance verses, which are also slightly different. We will translate this in English and share with everyone in the English channel during the next lesson. Because the mantras and repentant verses that we use for our pets are slightly different from the ones we use in our group cultivation practice. This also helps to when we help them to recite the Fourfold Refuge and the repentance verses. This will help them to increase the affinity with increase their merits. So we also have to do merits dedication for them. So there was a question say that can we eat food has already been offered to the earth deity and the ancestors? And most of the time, cultivators will not eat this food offered to the god deity or the ancestor. So grandmaster actually taught a way to purify this food so that we can eat them. So first you have to recite the purification mantra, and then you evoke Avalokiteshvara. He is brown chakra emitting light, white light on this food so that they be purified. So they are now cleansed. So if you want to eat the food that's been offered, like to the spirits, or you can use the method I taught you, use the method that I mentioned, that Avalokiteshvara, emitting light from the brown chakra on this foot to cleanse them. Alternative, it could be the light from your personal deity. So these are all thought, these methods are all taught by Grandmaster.
联合上是如果需要补充就请顶礼慈悲。
谢谢莲医上师，我觉得您的回答
Mr. Lianyi,
非常的
I
完
think
美，
your
而且
answers
很
are
用心，
perfect.
都去查出
And
师尊的开示
you
中，
took a lot
就
of
师尊的开
you
示
take
来回答
a lot of
最正确的
efforts
答案，
to
太
find
用
out
心
the
了，
appropriate,
非
the
常
right
感
answers.
恩，
Thank you
非常
so
感恩。
much. I'm grateful
那
to
么
you.
其中有一个哈，就是如何是供养法相应的觉受。他的
So
问题
so
应该是，因为这句话有两个解读的方法。
so there are two ways of
就是
interpreting
如
the
何
questions
是
about the mandala
供
offering.
养法相应的觉受，就是好像用法的相应来供养，但是我想他的本意应该是如何是供养法相应了的觉受是什么？就是做供养，
Okay.
如果是相应的，是应
So I
该是
think what the question means is what are the signs if you have achieved spiritual
师尊的
response
供养哈，
with
师尊无论
mandala
是供
offering?
养食物，供养在法会上父母的供养等等，你会看到师尊供养观想
You can, you know that during the Homa ceremony, Grandmaster will visualize the items that we are offering.
相应的觉受，就是他感受到主尊来接受，感受到
So what it means, I think, so like Grandmaster,
我们同门
he
供
can
养
feel
只要
that
你
the
供养的时候能够
the principal deity for the Dharma ceremony has received the offerings that was being offered, coming forth to receive the offerings.
你会很欢喜的，这是一点补充，好吧？其他都非常的圆满，太棒了！
So I think the rest are all auspicious.
帮大家找出最标准的师尊的答案，这个太谢谢了，感恩。
好，感谢你的补充，太好了，真的是很好。
Thank you for your add-ons, Master Lin.
佛佛，感恩莲意上师如此精彩又震撼的授课，
Thank you, Master
让我们
Lin.
大家真的受益匪浅，受益满满。大家都听
We've benefited a lot from the
然后在这一
class.
节课里面呢，我们有
During
学
this
习到
class,
皈依的根本就是信，相信根
we
本上
have
师，
learned that
相信真佛密法，相
faith
信自己。一棵树最重要的是根，而我们最重要的就是根本上师。
and
根本上师
the
是
root
我们
guru
的慧
is
命之父，因为我们一切
the
的功
father
德
who had
都来
this
自
father who
根
has
本
granted
上
us
师。
the life of
所以
Dharma.
请大家响应中委会为圣尊祈福活动，
So I
使
hope
诵大
everyone
力金
will
刚心咒。 欢迎
participate
大家
in
持咒
our
之后呢，
event
我现在发这个
our
网站给大家，
mantra
大家可
recitation
以登上去给师尊知道，
of the
我们
Mahabala
大家都
mantra
努力的
with merits
在
dedication
响应这
to
个活动，
Master.
好吗？本来接下来呢，这个事宜解惑呢，我是要一个一个帮上师念的，哪里知道莲意上师太慈悲了，他帮我念完了，太感动了。所以呢，所以在这边我要感恩莲意上师的讲解，也感
I
谢
thank Master Lianyi for all his explanation and also
那么
Master
接
Lian
下来
for
呢，
his add-ons to
就
the
是
Q&A
今天的
session.
问题了。我
So
看到有
we
3
will
个
take
问题，如果
questions
大
from
家还有其
today's
他的问题，也可以先写
lesson.
上来。第一个问题是莲花一想问的：阿弥陀佛，上师好，想请教莲意上师，住在没有真佛道场的县市，
The question if you're staying at a place where there's no true Buddha school
泰
chapter,
国、缅甸等主持的道场，
can we participate can we participate in the events by a Theravada temple, participate the activities by the Theravada temples during the Vesak day? Will we lose the True Buddha school lineage if we partake in the activities like
他们也是有做这些仪式，所以我觉得，如果你没有受他的皈依观顶，
I feel that as long as you're not taking the refuge empowerment, you will not lose the lineage transmission.
因为佛陀是无所不在嘛，是一个因为也没有。
So you can do the you can bathe the Buddha during the Vesak day at the Theravada temple. So this is a form of respect as well when you do it. So it's best just keep to this, just bathe the Buddha. And it's not necessary to partake in their purification activity. So you want to purify yourself, we just need to recite the Padmakumara mantra every day and visualize our Grandmaster emitting like on us. This is purifying us already.
宇宙都是一种观想加持就好了。好，这个是我的一个答案。
谢谢莲意上师，非常棒的解答。然后第二个问题，莲意上师，莲花光复助教他问说，请问上师，每逢初一或15，向东方
1st and 15th of every month, once we have taken refuge in the east.
如果我觉得是不需要，这个属于师尊给你一个遥观嘛。你做这个仪式之后呢，你会写信去下部。
So after you've taken refuge at
中委会呢会回了一个皈依证书给你。那如果你有了这个皈依证书之后呢，是
you will receive
所以我觉得
remote empowerment.
其他的法会在做皈依观顶。
So there's no need to do so there's no need to repeat the refuge empowerment again if remote empowerment has really been given for your refuge taking.
这是在 YouTube 上面 Cam Ying Chan 师姐问的。
So this is a question from YouTube.
没有灌顶到大力金刚，可以上网
If I
持
have
咒吗？
not taken the empowerment for the Mahabala practice, can I recite the mantra? I think we can get remote. I think we can get remote empowerment from GM. So it's very convenient nowadays. You can just send over your request to the True Buddha Foundation email.
是的，现在也有这个
You can see the email in the chat box to get remote
一下子
empowerment.
我发上去给大家。我先读下一个问题。
So next
第
question,
4个
please.
问题也是刚才那个义祥师兄问的。
So it's from
在观想
Dharma
身
brother
体
Yi
上
Xiang.
或有的降头邪术化为蜈蚣、虫子等毒物排出体外，
So if
是
we
否
have been
容
cursed
易
with a
感召真正的虫类、蜈蚣、蚯蚓、小甲虫等出现在自己家中呢？
so when we visualize
我觉得这是一种观想而已啦，不是说真正会出现了。这些蜈蚣啊，那些虫代表是身体里面一些不好的东西，因为有时我
so
们
when we visualize like the centipedes, insects coming up from our body
觉得从身上啊或者排出黑气啊，或者排出一些
as visualize to visualize
我觉得是这样。
centipedes, insects
好的，
coming out from our
谢谢上
body.
师。上师这边有一道印尼文的这个问题我们可以请佩芬助教翻译吗？
Oh, sorry.
请佩芬助教
will we, sorry, just on the question was, will we end up attracting real centipedes, scorpions, and little black worms? Will crawl for spells cast by black magic? Master Lianyi said it was only a visualization.
有些不同呢，像那个为宠物的皈依、放生的皈依是有不一样的。那为祖先的要念什么咒？
祖先皈依，如果是法会的话呢，如果由上师来做这个帮他做皈依嘛，或者写信去做遥观也可以的。哦。
So you would like your ancestors to take refuge. You can seek remote empowerment from Grandmaster. So ancestor taking refuge, is it the same mantra? That was the original question. Basically, you can just send you this request like remote empowerment to Grandmaster to seek refuge taking for your ancestors.
正在没有办法会的时候，也没有上师或者法师，是否要先看日子是初一、十五吗？或者平常的时间都可以。
So if you're not able to take refuge at a cultivation venue, or there's no masters, it's necessary for us to only be able to recite the Fourfold Refuge mantra on the first or 15th day of the lunar month. So I feel that it's not necessary to be on the first or 15th day of the lunar month, as long as it's at a cultivation venue, can lead him to recite the Fourfold Refuge mantra and then submit the request for remote empowerment. But we will ask him to wait for the first or 15th day of the lunar month. He might change his mind. So I think it's okay to do outside those dates. And then after he has taken refuge, remember to send a letter to Grandmaster to request for remote empowerment.
如果不是在道场呢？平时有些同门，他们问我，如果想要皈依师尊，但是遥观。
What if you
照师尊的术是初一或者是5早上7点向东方做是皈依，但是如果他刚刚是初2或者16，还要等到那个初一、15，是有时候会忘掉的，有几次都是这样。哦，差点忘记了，刚刚错过了这个初一，要等到15。那如果平常的时间，如果不在道场，也都可以向东。
So what if you're not doing the what if you're not requesting for empowerment at cultivation venue?
有经验了，那个同门都他忘记了，错过了那个初一或者15。
But maybe doing it you're not doing it at the cultivation venue and doing elsewhere. Must it be the first of 15th day of the lunar month? So the easiest is to write a letter on his behalf and send it to GM to get refuge empowerment. But if you are facing the void, I think it's best, as per Grandmaster's teaching, to do your refuge taking on the first or 15th day of the lunar month. So if possible, invite the person to the cultivation venue to take a refuge in front of the shrine. And then, of course, please add on the letter to be sent to GM for the remote refuge empowerment.
好像都没有回答问题，没有问题了，大家都很棒，没有问题了。
Oh, there's no more questions. And we're just in time. Thank you, everyone.
谢谢大家的提问，也谢谢联谊上师及联合上师的解答。那么下一节课呢是第2章第6节。
So next week we're going to be lesson 6. We'll be talking about the
结束了，我们
boundary
再次的有
protection.
请联谊上师跟大家说再见。联谊上师。
我们是
See everyone next week.
传承上师深尊莲圣活佛。
I'd like to thank
感恩
the
真佛
Master,
教历代传承祖师坛城诸佛菩萨
our
金
original
刚护
lineage
法
crew,
恭喜诸天神众的加持。感恩
hostage,
会长莲花城主
Masters
上
of
师
True Lands,
感
God,
恩
Buddhas,
教育
Buddhas,
部
Dharma,
长
Maha
联合上
Samhats,
师感恩
for their
法会
blessings
部长
today.
莲家上师感恩莲飞上师感恩
Thank you,
各
Master
位
Chen,
上
Shu
师
Master Lin,
感恩
Master
主
Lin
持
Chia,
人
Master
别
Lin
儿助
Fei,
教教授师法
MC,
师讲师
or
助教及
Master
各位同
Dharma.
门感谢大家的
Thank you,
出席参
everyone,
加阿弥陀
for
佛
the
下个
attendance.
星期
Thank
再见
you.
阿弥
Goodbye.
陀佛，谢谢上师，谢谢大家，谢谢今天的翻译员，英语翻译的一家助教，印尼翻译的美丽讲师，你们辛苦啦！谢谢 Zoom、YouTube 及 Facebook 线上的莲花徒子们，我们下周同一个时间再见，拜拜。
还有感恩谢谢
感恩阿弥陀
翻译员阿
佛。
弥陀佛再见，拜拜。
诗人，
感恩联合上师法道相助，感恩你。
联谊上师，大家再见啦！
感恩联合上师，感恩联谊上师，感恩大家，
再见
再见，
谢林上师，谢联合上师，
拜拜。
大家记得持大力金刚心咒啊！怎么没有反应了？
有啊，
谢谢，加油，
谢谢
金刚心
如
咒。
果不会登记的同门，可以私下联络我，我会帮大家登记。好，
谢谢，
拜拜啦，
拜拜，
拜拜哈，拜拜，
拜拜，
拜拜。
去翻助教可以关了。